Hi and welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video with me, John, on this Wednesday the 25th of January. Here we have the tables in front of us. We have two types of tables. We have the trend traders table and the day traders table. These are showing the same studies but just on different time frames, and you can see some of the currencies are highlighted in green. That means there's a confluence between those two trading time frames, and that's where we'll be focusing some attention in this video. The tables auto update every 15 minutes, meaning our members can see how the markets stand in real time. So what are the tables telling us today? Well, it tells us that the Australian dollar remains top of both tables. That's followed by the New Zealand dollar in S2 on both tables, followed by the euro in S3 on both tables. You can see from the day traders that the yen is the weakest currency. That appears as W3 on the trend traders. We have the Swiss franc as W2 on both. Now I'm going to focus on the yen still because yen is where the majority of the movement in the market is at the moment. So I want to be focusing on the potential yen weakness here. And I like the opportunity between Aussie yen. So we talked about Kiwi yen previously, but you could look at other pairs as well. You've got euro yen here, for instance. You could look at the likes of Aussie Swiss, which I'm going to cover in this video, and I'm actually going to cover pound Aussie as well, so stick around for those. I'm going to kick it off with Aussie yen though. Why be interested in this chart? Not only is it featured on our tables, but we can clearly see here that the market is in a strong upward trend and that we've recently rebounded from previous lows, which is this 87.25 handle, which were these lows just through here. Price has bounced from there. We've traded through a nice little trend line resistance here as well. We were kind of capped around this area recently, and this week we've broken through that area and continued to push higher. So in that case, price may want to return back to the highs through here, which is around about that 96 handle. So we might be able to get something up to that point, and if so, we want to be looking for those trend trading opportunities on our lower time frame. Now, if we go down to the 8-hour time frame, you can see in a little bit more detail here that price has recently traded out of that key consolidation area. So price was pretty much trading between the 92 level and down here towards the 87.25, and we would kind of trade in between these sort of zones through here in this range. Now price has traded outside of those highs through here. We can start looking for the next move up. Now we do have a slight resistance at 93. These were the highs back in December, where you can see we had this kind of channel before breaking out and continuing to push downwards. So I like the idea of price returning to here. If we're going to look for that longer term push to the upside and look for that sort of 96 handle, then I would like to see price trade above 93 and move to the upside. However, I think there's an opportunity here if we can see price pull back. Now, if we go to a 4-hour time frame, this is a little bit more clearer. I actually quite like an opportunity on the hourly as well. So for those day traders looking for an opportunity 90 towards 93, then there's a bit of a move potentially forming. But you can see back at this 92 handle, we kind of had a slight consolidation before breaking out. So I would like to see price come back down into this 92 before seeing a sort of bigger move higher. However, if the momentum's with the market, it may not get that far. Now on the hourly, I've just marked up this recent sort of bearish candlestick in here because the market paused here before continuing to push to the upside, and that's around about the 92.25 handle. So if price pulls back down into here and we begin to get a bullish reaction, we could look for short-term long opportunities back to the swing highs, and then if it breaks through the swing highs up to that 93 area in there. So that's one for the day traders to be aware of. Longer term trend traders, you're probably looking to see if price will trade back towards that 92 before looking for the continuation to the upside. Now before I move on, we did talk about pound US dollar yesterday, and if you did follow the advice there in terms of not looking to go long in the market because we were stuck at resistance. Even though the tables told us to, look for that long condition, it was well worth staying away because the price ended up dropping to the downside around about 140 pips after I produced the video yesterday, breaking through the 123 level, and we got to the lows of 1.2260 before having some recovery there. So if you did check out pound US dollar yesterday and you stayed away from that market, then well done, because that would have been a definite loser there if you were looking to take long positions in there, sort of in line with the tables, but not really in line with the technicals because of where we were at price. You remember, you have to take these tables with context as well. Speaking of that, let's go over to pound Aussie, because pound Aussie has broken through, or broken down through, a key level of support. So price has been trading between sort of the level here around about the 1.8125, could argue 81.50, down to the 1.75 handle, and we've been in this for some time now. Ever since October, we've been kind of trading sideways. Now, the last time we featured pound Aussie, we were talking about this rejection down through here and talking about whether seeing price would trade through the 175. We got a rebound from this point, but at the 1.7950, price reversed, and now we've just kind of broken down through that 1.75 handle. So this might be one to watch coming up in the future, because if the pound is going to reject 124 and the Australian dollar is going to remain strong, then price could continue to trade lower here. What I would want to see though is two closes below this 1.75. That would then open the door for sort of a medium term trend, I reckon, with a pullback into that 1.75 as resistance, because the next area sort of support is down towards the 1.71 handle, around this area. So we could argue that price has got a long way to go before finding that support. So if we do get a pullback, it could be an option to look for short trading opportunities there. Going on to Aussie Swiss, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but Aussie Swiss is also one that you can consider for long trading opportunities. The Swiss franc appears the second weakest currency on the day traders. Obviously Aussie remains top at the moment, so I want to be looking for potential longs here, and most recently price has broken through the 0.65 handle, which was this weekly level of support, most recently turned to resistance, and now price is breaking through that area. So the market may want to go and target 0.67, which were these highs that formed through this kind of consolidative area through there last year. However, we are at a little bit of resistance. You can see the daily 200 moving average. We'll pop down to that daily time frame. You can see price is respecting that at the moment, which price often does. You know, the 200 moving average can act as a resistance quite often. You can see that just up here. So you've got to be careful if you are going to go long this market right now, because we're at that resistance. What I'd want to see again, very similar to Aussie yen. Can we get a pullback first? Can price then trade through the 200 moving average towards the 0.67 handle? So a couple of options for you today. I think the best one at the moment is Aussie yen. It is top of the day traders table, which means that we have the momentum with us on the lower time frame. So I want to be looking for opportunities on the pullback here, whether that be from the 4-hour time frame or whether that be on the hourly into that 93 level. Hopefully that made sense. I look forward to speaking to you in the next video, and enjoy your day.